You are listening to the broadcast from beyond. This is Mysterious Journeys and True Life Stories.
This home looks quiet from the outside, but owner Deanna Simpson says several ghosts are haunting it, and she's caught them in photos and recordings, including this one.
The majority are bad, dark forces.
People from around the world are reporting hearing sounds that resemble the sound of a trumpet coming from the sky.
There's been a lot of buzz over the last few weeks about strange sounds being heard in the atmosphere. People around the world and here at home have reported hearing some bizarre noises.
UFOs have been the stuff of conspiracy theorists for decades, often mocked for talking about it, but maybe they shouldn't be.
A man and woman were driving on the Alpine Loop near Sundance this month when they captured this video of an unidentified creature. Right there, stop. They say the blurring beast could be Bigfoot.
Good evening, friends and journey seekers alike. We are so pleased to have you aboard our vessel of travel tonight as we traverse the universe beyond the stars for the truth. Won't you join us? And now, here is your host, Michael Hart. So, we're back on the air after a long break. An extended break. I grant you that there was a reason for that. We just haven't simply had time to devote to the show. Job transitions and things like that. But tonight we're going to have a little audio. Some audio of ghosts, voices, paranormal activity. I think you'll get into it a little bit. It's stuff that you don't hear in real time. And I have to say that I was quite surprised when I heard the tape on playback. And it wasn't until we left the place that we were convinced that there was something else there. Someone else. Many things. I don't want to say that this house was completely evil or anything. I don't know what happened in the house prior to us going there, but the home was empty. It was being renovated, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And nonetheless, there was an awful lot of strange happenings. So that's all on tape, and I'm going to play that tape for you tonight on the show. So get ready for that. And it's a beautiful night tonight. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is Mysterious Journeys and True Life Stories. Everyone likes free stuff. I know I do. There are two things I like to hear that comes with the word free. Free music and royalty-free music. That's right. Now that's having your cake and eating it too. That's why I want to take the time to tell you about an offer you can't refuse. If you're a podcaster, filmmaker, or YouTube video creator looking for great sounding background music, soundtracks, or bumper music, then Royalty Free Planet is the place for you. They have hundreds of artists and genres to choose from, with categories ranging from hip-hop, trap, dubstep to modern dance tracks, rock, and even 80s style synthscapes. It's what I use as bumper tracks for my show, and if you're a podcaster, you'll love the high quality sound of these talented artists who have worked hard to bring us their music and offer a copyright-free advantage to make your project sound great. Just remember to give these artists the credit by listing the name of the artist and song title. It's the least we could do in return for their hard-earned efforts to bring you pro sounds at no cost or copyright cost to you. So check out their YouTube channel and listen to the variety of excellent selections they offer at Royalty Free Planet. That's Royalty Free Planet. You'll be glad you did, and they will too. Welcome back, and to begin with the show, well, there's been a big gap between the time that I had done the show a year ago up until now, and well, I think tonight will go pretty good. So we have some tapes here we want to play for you. And it's some scary stuff, I think. I think that I feel that way because I was there. There were three of us that started this thing. And there was an awful lot going on in that house. A lot. It was very strange. But there's a lot in this world we don't understand, and I can tell you that I didn't understand that at the time, but I began to understand that we shouldn't do it anymore after something followed me home. Oh yeah, something was in my house, my personal space, my personal home. I remember I was I was in the bathroom. I was getting ready to take a shower, and this was the night that we had done our our last investigation. Well, I didn't know it would be our last until that night. And the first thing I noticed was that the cats, I have 2 cats, and they would not get down from high spots. They perched high above and would not get on the floor for nothing. They didn't want to be anywhere on the floor or anywhere in the rooms. They stayed in a particular place, and they stayed perched high above for several days. I thought that was strange. Of course, cats are cats, they're going to do that, but they were scared, I could tell. Anyway, I had been in the bathroom. I had gone to the bathroom that night after that investigation, and took a shower. Now, when I did, I shut the door. And we have a little lamp, because the light went out in there. I guess we just didn't change it at the time, but that's what we used. And I can tell you that something, I don't know what, was in there with me, or at least came in to the room with me. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I'm telling you the truth. I've never just seen things and thought that I was just crazy. But that little lamp that I'm telling you about, I got undressed and I was going to take a shower, and when I shut the door, which is glass doors, so you can sort of see through them. You really can't see out them really well, but you can make out a shadow. Well, when I got in the shower, something moved past the light. You could see it. This is a very small bathroom, by the way. They only have room for a toilet, a sink, and then the shower across from it. And I saw something move past it. I opened the door, and I thought, well, it's got to be the cat. The cat somehow got in here because I had shut the door. Oh, well, the cat wasn't in there. There's nothing in there. So I thought, well, that's just got to be, it's got to be something else. I don't know. Your mind is searching for different reasons why something happened. Well, anyway, I'd shut the door and proceeded to take a shower, and when I did, that's when I heard it. A voice right in my ear. The same voices that I'd heard that you're going to hear tonight on the tape sound more like a whisper instead of a voice. That's what I heard. And from that point on, I got dressed rather quickly and got the hell out of there. I remember I sat on the front porch and prayed to get this, whatever this was, out of my house. And I had called one of the fellow investigators, a female, and I talked to her about it because I was so scared of whatever it was that was there with me, and I felt the presence. You know when there's something else with you, but you can't see it. You just kind of hear things, or there's something there. I can't describe it. Anyway, I prayed, and I knew that afterwards it felt like there was a veil lifted. A weight lifts off of you. And when I called her, she said she'd had a few things happen around her house, and she said she felt like something followed her home. And that's when we agreed we would never go back. We would never do this again. And that's that. But I have lots of audio here of the investigation, which was a series of 3 or 4 different visits, all compiled onto tape. And it's all on digital tape. And we did take a camera with us, but we caught nothing. But what we did catch on that camera was exactly what we caught on audio. So I know for a fact that there wasn't somebody just making noise in the building. There was no one else there. It was abandoned. You know, it was an old house. It's being worked on now. I think someone lives in it now. I wonder if they have any kind of disturbances there. I don't know. But what you're going to hear on here is not just merely, you know, voices. No, there's a whole lot of activity going on. And that's what I'm going to play for you tonight. So, strap in, because it's going to be a heck of a night. We'll be right back. You are listening to the broadcast from beyond. This is Mysterious Journeys and True Life Stories. Have you seen a ghost? Or an apparition? Or perhaps your house might be haunted? Or have you ever looked up into the sky at night and seen lights defying the laws of physics? If you have, I would encourage you to send your stories to me, and I will read them on the air with your consent. Send your stories to oculusmusic@gmail.com. That's oculusmusic@gmail.com. OCULIS music, one word, @gmail.com. I'll be looking forward to your stories. Boy, oh boy, it's a nice night out tonight. Welcome back to the show, and it's finally cooled off a little bit. It is spring, isn't it? Will be summer pretty soon, and I dread that. I have to admit, I love the cold weather. A little confession I have to make. Yes, absolutely. I have some story here to tell you before we get to the tape. It's it's actually quite interesting. So we're going to get into this. This is pretty weird. Weird news. And this one is from the Huffington Post. Road crew gets failing grade after misspelling school in school crossing. This is interesting. Doral, Florida. AP, a road crew in Florida should get an F for spelling. A motorist on Thursday spotted the error, realizing that workers in Doral had made a mistake when painting the word school at a pedestrian crossing in the road. Instead of SCHOOL, it was spelled SCOHOL. Skull hole, I guess. Okay. WPLG brought it to the city's attention, and the city tweeted that the private contractor has now corrected its work. It's not clear how long the mistake was there in plain sight. I guess long enough for them to post this. Oh boy. Wow. How interesting. That's a first. I've heard of that. Somebody, I mean, of all places, you could say, well, it could have misspelled, hospital or library or something to that extent, or stop. Stop, I don't know about that one. That would be pretty bad if they misspelled that. But school, in front of a school, the word school. I don't suppose they were Hispanic. Maybe they just made an honest mistake, but I don't think so. It's some of our finest here in this country. Oh boy. Anyway, let's get down to that was a little tidbit of news that you didn't need to hear, I guess. But we did it anyway. So let's get to the tape. This place that we investigated, and we did have our own investigation team at the time. This is before I started doing this show, of course. This was some odd years back. I want to say 2013, maybe 2014, 15, something like that. And we called ourselves E.C.P.S, which was East Coast Paranormal Society. Pretty simple. But I was about to get into maybe doing some designs for shirts, or something that can kind of put us in a category as a team. But of course that ended shortly after this house on a road that is not that far from here. It's on the other side of the neighborhood. And strangely enough, the name of that road, get ready for this, is called Lucerne Avenue. Does that sound like something to you? Lucerne. Yeah, I'm not going to say it on the air for the sake of, our souls. I'm just funny about that sort of thing. We all have our little weird hang-ups about, or funny feelings about negative words, and I'm not going to say that one. Lucerne's close enough, but oddly enough, it was on that street. The house was up on a hill, and so it sort of overlooks the road in a kind of a menacing way. Well, this house, of course, as I said before, It was empty, vacant of anyone living there. So it was free reign. It had a basement and 2 or 3 other floors. And I think it was an attic or something. And we had received quite a number of audio recordings with voices on them. And I can assure you they are true blue. They are real, the real McCoy. And that's coming up right about now. We're going to play that for you. So fasten your seatbelts and give it a listen.
Don't tell us to get out. We heard you to get out. You get out. There's going to be a family moving into this home.
Yep.
I'm assuming.
This is
so
where,
maybe they need to...
Yeah, this is me here.
Maybe you need to run off somewhere else. Like.
Now, if you'll listen to this real closely, you can hear what sounds like a woman screaming. This first recording is on tape. A little voice recorder. Second voice recorder.
So maybe they need to...
I believe this is the camera.
Maybe you need to run off some...
And it's saying, go back to the light. Or I don't know.
So maybe they need to...
This is the camera here.
Maybe you need to run...
Get away from the light. Get away from the light.
That's that little tiny...
I want to renovate something. Hold on, this will piss them off. You don't like renovating?
There's the voice.
I don't like this.
It sounds like a demon.
You know what?
That heaviness.
That right there. And that's slowed down.
We came here not too long ago. We heard you.
You made a noise for us. Don't be scared.
We just want to find out.
I don't know what that is. And I don't know what it's saying. It sounds a little distant.
You hear that? Make a noise.
That little noise is what we heard.
All these stories I'm beginning to not believe is true.
I know, right?
Make a noise.
Let's do
Knock
that.
on the door.
And we'll leave. That's all we want.
There's a knock.
What the fuck was that? You hear it?
Did you move?
No, I didn't. Did y'all move?
What are you talking about?
I heard the... You hear that?
I didn't hear that. I thought that was you on the paper.
I thought that was you moving.
No, we just got a response.
And here's the knocks played over and over again. You can clearly hear the knocks. And I was staring at those two when we did that recording, and neither one of them were doing anything devious.
Obviously,
like knocking on the wood.
Place, ran a family off.
We don't know that, but can you tell us if you did or not?
I got chills.
I got spotted from that.
I got chills.
Let's go downstairs.
And here's the voice right here. Get out. Here it comes again. And it's saying something else, but I don't want to repeat it here. I think you know. Get out. It's like the Amityville Horror, isn't it? Jeez.
Is somebody renovating your house?
What?
I do too, but I didn't think it was.
No, it's before you.
Yeah, I know, I heard it. I heard it.
You can hear the voice.
Go back and see if you pick that up.
I heard it. I
You hear that? The whispering.
I heard it.
Horror.
I heard it. I heard it. Is somebody renovating your house?
You see, whenever these things speak, they don't speak like us. They don't talk in a way we can understand, like vocals. They don't have any. They whisper slightly, and that's what you're hearing here. So that audio that I just played for you there was it trying to speak. I don't know what it was saying. It sounded like whore. I can assure you the female who was with us at that night, she was convinced that this thing was calling her that word. Of course, we can't be too sure that we know what it was saying. It damn sure sounds like it, don't it? Anyway, we'll go on with the audio here. Sounds like heart.
What?
Obviously, this place, ran a family off.
Somebody move something. Do this. Tap twice if you're here.
Sounds like no.
We just want to know if you're here.
Who are you? That's what we want to know.
Oh my God, really?
There it is.
Is there anything down here?
Doll is what it's saying. You can hear it going. You can hear it saying doll, like that.
Is there anything down here? Let's see, there's a little bike I was talking about getting in on.
Did y'all leave this place because you're crackheads and you couldn't afford it?
Let's see, there's a little bike I was talking about getting in on.
And it breathed weird there. like that. That's not us. Oh, I can assure you.
Can you not?
Yeah, this is real weird here. I don't even know what this is. I think I amplified this on the second round here. You'll hear it.
They're scared.
There it is. Oh, just gives me the creeps. It's weird. It's like we were tapping into the other side.
There's just a cool spot right here, and it moved from the hallway right here.
I don't know what that is.
It's right here. There's just a cool spot right here, and it moved from the hallway right here.
It's going
There's just a cool spot right here, and it moved from the hallway right here.
Really? That's it? That's all you got?
I saw something.
There's the breathing again.
I saw something.
Right there.
I saw something.
I don't know why it does that. That's not us.
Somebody die here?
This is another weird one. And like I said, they don't speak like we do. I have no vocal cords. I mean... Well, I think that was all of what I had recorded or saved. Other stuff was, there's tons of other stuff. I only played a small snippet of some of the activity that we caught on tape. But you can clearly hear us, and then whatever was there with us was speaking either at the same time or a little after. So, very strange. And when I heard the tapes back, and I amplified them on a mixer, and you have to do that sometimes because you can't hear them very well, even on tape. You definitely can't hear them, not all of them, with a naked ear. So, that being said, that's what we caught. I think it was worth a listen. We'll be right back. This is Mysterious Journeys and True Life Stories. You are listening to the broadcast from beyond. This is Mysterious Journeys and True Life Stories. are listening to the broadcast from beyond. This is Mysterious Journeys and True Life Stories. Well, that was the tape. Quite spooky, I guess, right? I would hope so. Well, the whole idea here is not to really creep anybody out. It's just to give most people an idea of what lies beyond death. And there's still a lot of unanswered questions in that realm, as you can well see. And does anyone really have all the answers? No, I don't think so. I have yet to meet an investigator or hear one who does. And it's a scary place to think about. You know, meets the idea of what happens to people when they die. We hope they go to heaven, but we know that some don't. And that's not something we want to think about. But what happens to them in the hereafter? Are they stuck? Are they just in between parallel walls of their own demise? Who knows? But I think that's something worth at least thinking about. And you try to live the best life you can. And God, I hope so. Because the man upstairs, God himself, has to make that last judgment. And I would hope for your sake, and as well as mine, that we've made all the right decisions. Absolutely. You have been listening to the broadcast from beyond. This is Mysterious Journeys and True Life Stories. Good night.
Fire breathers, we were the quiet sunrise leavers. You were a good girl, what could I do? I was a lost boy when I met you. Hold me till I